Reflections on Professional Supervision. Hi, I'm the leader of a primary school that is in a tough area with high levels of deprivation, as well as having a large safeguarding caseload. I was looking for something for the leadership team that might provide them with a space to process and manage the challenges that this job provided. We came across Talking Heads quite by accident. And when I suggested it to the team, it's fair to say there was a fair amount of scepticism, which I also felt. We made arrangements for a first meeting, and that meeting took place in school. We all had our initial session. I went into it also with some scepticism because I didn't know what to say and how this was going to work out. I remember sharing the story of a violent encounter with a parent, and I thought I was talking about this in quite a nonchalant way. It was pointed out to me by the supervisor that I was actually shaking, and I was unaware of it. That was my first taste of the potential and the power of supervision. We had our meetings over Zoom far before it was ever fashionable, and we each were new to that kind of environment, and we weren't sure how that was going to work because it felt as if you're one step removed. The face-to-face meetings were one thing, but how do you develop that kind of relationship remotely? Well, as we discovered during the pandemic, we found many ways to keep connected using that kind of technology. So how did I use the space? I used it as a place for reflection. And through those discussions, and sometimes it was bringing a bag of worries, I gained a deeper understanding. As the relationship strengthened, there were understandings on both sides about what were the key drivers for me, what were my values. Challenges and worries and a bucket to put things in was one way of using it, but it was also a place where you could find that inner strength, that bravery that you need as a leader, and how you could navigate difficult waters. Hearing it back, reflected back to you, provided deeper understanding. So for me personally, I will talk about the challenges that the pandemic did present, the uncertainty, the worry about getting things wrong, and the real weight of the school community's well-being being placed upon my shoulders. Now, I didn't know how to solve that in terms of moving forward and when we needed to reopen and all the challenges that threw at me. Supervision didn't provide me with the answers. It provided me with a way of thinking about it and a way of looking at it from perspectives I wouldn't have previously considered. For example, one of the things that came through very strongly for me was the use of creativity as a way of exploring ideas, playing with problems, so to speak. Now, that's something that I really enjoyed doing, and that playing with problems seemed to me to be a really good way to move forward. I found that when I did that, all the things that were worrying me or the things that might be considered fearful were somehow mitigated against by the nature of play and the nature of being creative and seeing it from a perspective where, well, we can try this, we can think about it like this. So that lens helped me to see possibilities, helped me to see things that I couldn't see, sometimes because I was blinded by the worry, the anxiety and fear, and sometimes because I hadn't had fun with it, I hadn't played with it, I hadn't explored it. And it's that kind of thing that I found really valuable as a leader. It's made me stronger, made me more reflective, helped deepen my thinking, and helped me understand others better. Now, as a team, we've all benefited. We're able to approach problems and difficulties with an openness and honesty and transparency that really helped us to cut to the core of the issues we were dealing with. We were a much stronger unit, and that really helped the school. For me personally, I think it's helped me become a much more powerful leader. Thank you for listening.